Hey guys, a lot of times having more energy and feeling more energetic comes naturally after a good night's sleep, right? If you're not sleeping well, chances are it's going to be more challenging to have more energy and to feel better during the day. So, a couple tips for getting a better night's sleep. The first thing I'll say is spending a little bit of time outside every day does amazing things for your natural sleep cycle. Recently, I heard this podcast that talked about how insomnia and sleep issues that plague 50 to 80 million Americans is completely non-existent. Like it does not exist in Amish communities and in communities where people are living a very natural lifestyle. They're outside a lot more because what happens is their body falls into a rhythm, right? When the sun comes up, you wake up. When the sun goes down, you go down. You go not go down. You go to sleep, right? So if you can get outside for a little bit during the day, I know it's a lot easier when the weather is nicer, but no matter what, even if it's just a few minutes, even if you take a little bit longer to go get your mail, to walk down to the end of the street, even if you just kind of sit outside facing the sun, feeling the warmth of the sun if it's a sunny day, or if it's a cloudy day or a rainy day, just getting outside for a little bit, getting that fresh air, getting that natural vitamin D from the sun, but also helping your body produce natural serotonin that helps you feel good, right? It helps you feel good. Now, on the flip side, at night when the sun starts to go down, right? And of course, in the summertime, it goes down much later. In the wintertime, it's already dark by 4:30 or maybe even earlier, depending on where you live. But when the sun starts to set, to allow your body, to encourage your body to produce natural melatonin, which is going to help you fall asleep, help your body relax and fall asleep. See if you can dim the lights. Okay, we're actually working on, in our house, adding more lamps and floor lamps and different things like that, so that at night we don't have to use the bright recessed lighting. Right now, most of our rooms don't have lamps, so we are using the bright light. So we're trying to kind of switch things over a little bit. But when the sun is going down, can you turn off the bright light, have the environment dimmer, because it's going to encourage your body to produce the natural melatonin. So that's step two. So the first step, try to get outside during the day as much as you can, even if it's just for a few minutes. Have lamps, dim light, encourage your body's natural melatonin production at night. The third thing is, a lot of people will say that they struggle with not being able to turn off their mind. It's like they lay down in bed, they're finally getting ready to go to sleep, and all of a sudden they remember all these things and their brain starts going and going, right? I don't know if you feel like that, but I know that has certainly happened with me. So one of the things you can do is a brain dump, but you don't have to be like super specific or technical about this. You can literally just get a piece of paper, set your timer for 1 minute, and anything that you're thinking about, you just get it out on paper. Anything you're thinking about, get it out on paper and then throw the paper away. Toss it. It's probably not that important for you to keep around. So you just get everything out of your head, brain dump, get everything out of your head. It does not have to be for long, maybe 1 minute, maybe 2 minutes. Maybe if you love journaling, maybe a little bit longer, but just get it out of your head. And a lot of times too, when you're laying in bed at night and you are going through all of these thoughts, sometimes you could be thinking of a lot of things to worry about. There could be a lot of things going on, something you just saw in the news, something that happened in school, something you're worried about in the future. When you get these on paper, it actually looks a whole lot scarier. I mean, a whole lot less scary, sorry. When you get it on paper, it looks a whole lot less scarier. So you are creating something in your head that could be a whole lot scarier than it really is in real life. So get that on paper, and it's probably going to look a whole lot less scary on paper, but you're also getting it out of your subconscious mind so that you can more easily fall asleep. The other thing too, I know this is something that I really enjoy, but spending 5 minutes at the end of the day reading for pleasure, reading a printed book for pleasure. I don't know how many years I've been saying, I want to read more. I want to read more books. I want to read more things for me that I enjoy. Because I feel like a lot of my day is spent on professional things, learning, how to be a better, more skilled EFT practitioner. I'm constantly reading and reading and reading and watching videos. And like, I'm learning so much all the time, but it's professional, right? I suggest if you want to learn how to sew, read a little bit about sewing each night. If you love Nicholas Sparks and you have a whole collection of his books that you haven't read in years, pull one of those out and read for a few minutes at night. Read for pleasure. Do something that you enjoy, right? So reading or journaling could be something that is really helpful at night too. The other thing, as you are laying on your back, okay, you're getting ready to fall asleep. Maybe you're laying on your back, or maybe you're not a back sleeper, which is fine. But if you could just kind of, before you roll over to your side or your belly, lay on your back for a minute, put your hands on your belly, and just feel your breath. Bring your attention to your breathing, okay? If you've been around for a while and you've listened to a lot of my podcasts or watched a lot of my videos, you'll know that I love talking about breathing, because most of us, like almost 100% of people, breathe vertically. They're like this. And if I ask you to take a deep breath right now, you're probably gonna breathe like that instead of using your belly. So when you start to breathe with your belly, so many things start to change in your body, because it's your natural way of breathing. You were born breathing through your belly. You were a perfect belly breather until you were about 6 years old. And you started watching adults who are breathing like this. Like if I ask my 4-year-old to take a deep breath, he will literally go like this. And if I watch him just playing with his toys or whatever, it's always the perfect belly breath. Okay, so we learn how to breathe incorrectly. But the great part is you can unlearn that, of course, which is another video for another day. But when you're laying on your back and you're getting ready to fall asleep, you have to breathe correctly when you're laying on your back. So when you're laying on your back, you are a perfect belly breather. So let's bring some attention to this. Let's put your hands on your belly. Feel your belly as you inhale. Feel your belly expand. As you exhale, feel your belly, contract, and bring your awareness to your breath. Okay, it's very relaxing. It's almost like a meditative thing. You're you're connecting your mind and your body. You're getting into the present moment. You're stopping the vicious cycle of all these thoughts running through your head that are not supporting you getting a good night's sleep. And there's amazing benefits from that, from being in that present moment. So just, hands on your belly, pay attention to your breath. The other thing too is, if you are, the type of person who likes to fall asleep with music or something like that. I've done this for years now. On your phone, there's a free app called the Insight Timer, and they have some amazing sleep meditations that can really help get yourself into that really calm state where you can fall asleep very easily. So you might want to check out Insight Timer. And you might want to download the app on your phone. It is free, and there's so many different sleep meditations that you can check out. So go ahead and check those out. Try them. You might have to try a few before you find something you really like. And that's natural. Somebody's voice might be more soothing than somebody else's voice if you're doing a guided meditation. Or you might just listen to music. Put on some music. One of the things I love so much about it is that you can choose how long you want the meditation to be for. So I'm usually out within like 5 minutes, honestly, but sometimes I like to do maybe like a 20-minute guided meditation as I'm falling asleep. And sometimes I'll put on like a 60-minute meditation that will continue to play as after I fall asleep. So you can set the time that you want to be listening to that, or you can just listen to music if you prefer. All right, guys, I hope you found that helpful. Just to do a quick recap of how to get some better sleep, try to get some time out in the sun each day to encourage your body to produce serotonin, the feel-good hormone, right? The next thing, as the sun is starting to set, and you want to encourage your body to produce natural melatonin to help you get into that relaxed state to fall asleep nice and easily, dim your lights. Maybe invest in some lamps or some floor lamps or table lamps so that you are not always in this bright light. The next thing, brain dump. 1 or 2 minutes, set your timer. Do not make this more complicated than it is. Just write down everything that's in your mind, everything that you're thinking about at that time. Get that out of your head onto paper. It looks a whole lot less scary, and can free up this mental space so that you can fall asleep nice and easily. Maybe journaling for a couple minutes, maybe reading for a couple minutes, reading for pleasure. Belly breathing as you lay on your back, focus on your breath, put your hands on your belly. Notice as you inhale, your belly gets bigger. As you exhale, your belly gets smaller. It kind of, think about like tucking your belly button into your spine, your belly's getting smaller on the exhale. And a sleep meditation. Insight Timer is a great place to find really high quality sleep meditations, but even relaxing sleep music that might also help you. So I think when you get better sleep, naturally you're going to wake up. You're probably going to need less sleep actually because you're sleeping better, but you're going to wake up with more energy. All right, guys, I'll see you for the next lesson. Thanks for being here.